Arthur Meets the President by Marc Brown. Listen carefully, class, says Mr. Rapin. This is a national contest, so do your best work. I love contests, says Murphy. What do I win? The winner visits the White House in Washington, says Mr. Rapin. What do we write about? Asks Arthur. The subject is how I can help make America great, says Mr. Rapin. Everyone started writing. Arthur started thinking. He thought about the time he and D.W. helped the old Miss Tiber clean her yard. He thought about how much more they could do in the neighborhood if the whole class helped. Then he began to write. Weeks later, when Mrs. Hanley, the principal, was opening the mail, his hands began to shake. "It's a letter from the president," he gasped. Miss Tingley, the secretary, fainted. Prunella, who was in the office with a stomachache, suddenly got better. "Open it," she shouted. Mr. Han clicked on the PA system. "Attention everyone, the President of the United States has written to announce the winner of the How I Can Help Make America Great contest. And the winner is our very own Arthur. He and his class are invited to attend a special ceremony at the White House." Mr. Rapin's class went wild. "Congratulations, Arthur," says Mr. Rapin. "You will have to work hard to memorize your paper so you can recite it to the president next Wednesday." "Memorize? Recite?" asks Arthur. "Of course," says Mr. Rapin. "We will all be there cheering you on." "You are on TV," screamed D.W. when Arthur got home. "Listen." "He will recite his winning essay to the president and all of America," the announcer was saying. "I feel sick," says Arthur. "Not as sick as you'll feel when you are giving your speech," says D.W. "There's so much to do before we leave," says Mother. "Arthur, you need a new suit." "What about me?" asks D.W. "I need to look beautiful when I meet the president." "The president is very busy," explained the father. "He'll only have time to meet Arthur and hear him recite his essay." "If I can remember it," says Arthur. "Of course you can," says father. "Just relax. Pretend I'm the president and practice right now." The thought of sitting next to the president made Arthur's mind go blank. He said. "Uh-oh," says D.W. Monday at school, everyone was busy planning the trip. "Oh boy, not homework for 3 days," says Francine. "Not quite," says Mr. Rapin. Everyone groaned. "Each of you will have to do a report," he explained. "As we tour Washington on Wednesday, you will be our guide, so get to work. I'll see you all at the airport tomorrow morning." Arthur tried to study his speech on the plane. "Don't forget to mention me to the president for the Teacher of the Year award," Mr. Rapin reminded him. "Aren't you excited?" asks Buster. "I'm too nervous to be excited," says Arthur. "You need help," says D.W. "I'll make the speech for you. I have a lot of ideas about how to run the country." That night at the hotel, Arthur was too worried to sleep. "What in the world are you doing?" asks father. "What if I forget my speech and the president laughs at me?" Arthur asked. "The president would never laugh at you," says father. "Why don't you write your speech on note card and keep them in your pocket?" he suggested, just in case. "What a great idea," says Arthur. He felt much better. "Now try not to worry and go to sleep," says mother. The next morning, everyone met in front of the Jefferson Memorial. "Arthur, you look so handsome," says Francine. "Ready to meet the president?" says Mr. Rapin. "I guess," says Arthur. He reached into his pocket to make sure the note cards were there. "Time for your report," called Mr. Rapin. "Only 1 more hour until we are due at the White House." Our first stop is the Washington Monument, the tallest building in Washington, explained Francine. 898 steps to the top. Everyone ready? Are you kidding? Says DW. I'm taking the elevator. This is the Capitol where Congress makes the nation's laws, says Sue Ellen. I think we all know how important it is to obey the law, says Mr. Rappen. The National Museum of Natural History has great mummies, says Buster. Follow me. No thanks, says Murphy. I'll meet you at the gift shop. The last stop was the White House. It's so big, says Arthur. Not as big as Murphy's house, says DW. The White House has 132 rooms, says the brain. Every president except George Washington has lived here. It has a barber shop, clinic, indoor pool, theater, gym, and its own library. And the president's office has fancy gold curtains, just like the ones in our living room, says Murphy. Excuse me, says the president's secretary. The president is arriving. Please follow me to the rose garden. Arthur gulped. It was almost time. He took out his note card. Suddenly, a strong wind blew through the garden. Here comes the president, squealed Murphy. My speech, gasped Arthur. Relax, says Mr. Rappen. You'll be fine. DW wasn't so sure. She had a plan. Arthur has never seen so many important-looking people. Good afternoon, Mr. President, he began. When I think about what I can do to make America great, Arthur began to feel very warm. His knees began to shake. His mind went blank. This is the worst day of my life, he thought. Suddenly, Buster giggled. Soon, everyone else joined in. Even the president was laughing. Arthur turned bright red. And when Arthur saw what they were laughing at, he laughed too. Now Arthur felt much better. He recited his whole speech without forgetting a single word. And in conclusion, he said, We can all help make America great by helping others. Good, says DW. Then help me down.